All right. We're kind of live, kind of there, kind of there. Oh, man. Oh, man. We apologize if we're a little laggy today. Our internet provider is doing work in the area, so it hopefully it gets a little better throughout the process.
Right?
But, man, oh, man, we're so excited to come at you guys today. Man, episode 205, it's going to be absolutely wild. We got so much going on in the entertainment industry, so much bullshit, if you ask me. But, it is what it is, and we're here to bring you the latest entertainment news. And while I'm adjusting lights, this man over here, Crazy Guy 1970, is going to talk to you all about what the podcast is and what we do every week.
Yes. Welcome to anybody who is a first timer to the podcast. ITCAFpodcast, Inside the Crazy Ant Farm, however you want to dub it, you would be correct. So listen, guys, just give you the big rundown on this bad boy. If you enjoy celebrity interviews, if you enjoy knowing what's happening in Hollywood with your favorite shows, your favorite movies, your favorite people, if you like to know what's happening at the box office, if you like to know what's happening on TV, we got you covered. That's right. This podcast is the only podcast where you get all of that in one show. Every week we have the most detailed, in-depth industry news that you will find. We interview celebrity guests. We give you box office results. We tell you who the top trenders are on IMDbPro stars, television shows, movies. We let you know what's going down as far as the business side of everything goes, who's doing what, who's going where, who's good, who's bad, and what's going to happen. We tell you all of that. We are the definitive source for Hollywood news in the podcast world. In fact, we're so good, we often make predictions of what is going to happen, and we're almost perfect at it. We're pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
If you want to know not only what's happening now, but what will happen, tune in, because we'll tell you what's going to happen and likely will.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's a whole lot of fun, and especially good for the up-and-comers trying to break into the entertainment industry. We have basically legends come on the show every single week to talk about their career. We have people that are hot right now that we talk about their career with. And it's not just people in front of the camera, it's people behind the camera as well, and not just writing, directing, or producing. But we talk to, sound directors, we talk to hairstylists, makeup and hair, wardrobe, all these different things, because there's so many different job opportunities in the entertainment industry that you could get into. So it's very exciting to see.
Yeah, below the line, guys, those people are referred to below the line. Those are the people that you don't sit around and watch and say their names after the movie, but you should.
You should,
because you can't have a movie without them.
Exactly. They put in a lot of hard work, and their effort and their name deserve to be seen. It's good. It's good. But man, oh man, it is a podcast. So what we're going to do at the very beginning, we're going to do a promo for our social media platforms so they can go back and watch this live video or go back and listen to it on their favorite podcast platform. And then we're going to intro the show, introduce our guests and all the different things. We promise we know we're repeating ourselves. We're doing it on purpose, but it's going to be fun, man. I'm super excited for episode 205. So let's get this thing started.
Yes.
What's up, everybody? If you're watching this video right now, that means episode 205 of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm, featuring the cigarette smoking man himself, William B. Davis, available right now.
Oh my gosh, so fun talking. I can't believe I'm still pinching myself that we were talking to such an iconic guy, because that thing, you guys know, he's like entrenched into pop culture with that role. It was unbelievable. But his book is amazing. We talk all about his book, guys, and it is invaluable tool for all you up and comers, especially if you're trying to get into the industry as an actor. You're gonna want to listen to this interview.
Exactly, described as part memoir, part masterclass on acting and life by William B. Davis.
That's right.
But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on the show. And man, oh man, be sure to like and subscribe. Oh boy, welcome back to episode. See, stuff like that. That's the behind the scenes stuff. We can have a little, a little mess up, and then we get back into it. So it's fun. It's fun. Oh boy, happy weekend and welcome back to
Yes.
Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. This week we have William B. Davis coming on the show to talk about anything and everything this man has been a part of. He has a cult following for being the cigarette smoking man on
Yes.
specifically the X-Files. And man, this guy has a lot of knowledge to pass on to the up and comers trying to break into it.
For sure. Has been doing it for several decades. He started when he was 12 years old. He's got a lot of knowledge, and he shares that in his book on acting and life, which is what we're talking about. And you guys definitely do not want to miss that interview. It's amazing.
No, you really don't, man. We get a little crazy, and we'll see if he can take it or not. I mean, we'll see. But man, oh man, that's a little bit later on the show. Now, let's have a little fun. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Holy molar, on episode 205 this week, and you guys know your host with the most, myself, Halo Fantastic, and the one and only Mouse. Before we tease the rest of the show, be sure to leave a rating on the podcast, comment below in whatever comment section you are listening to or watching, and tell us what you think about the show. Leave a rating actually helps the podcast get seen by more people who enjoy entertainment news, people who are trying to break into the entertainment industry. So it's very important that you do that so that we can get exposed to more and more avenues.
Fact.
And we appreciate all of you. But man, there's a lot of stuff going down in Hollywood this week. Warner Brothers making some dumbass decisions. Man, we're going to dive deep into that and make some big comments on it. I'm super excited about it because I've got some opinions.
Oh, boy.
It's a lot, man, but there's so much more going down. We finally saw a trailer for Andor, a Star Wars story. So, boy, I'm super excited for the show to hit Disney Plus soon, and just so much other things that are happening in Hollywood, and we have it for you. But man, be sure to go to our website, www.crazyantmedia.com, and start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. We got shirts, we got hats, we got tumblers, we got teddy bears, we have buttons, we have stickers, we have mouse pads, we have anything and everything for your basic household needs.
Yes.
Or anything that you are out wearing right now. And of course, we want to let you know it is going to be our mid-year break. So after today's show, we will be going on a little hiatus for the rest of the month. New episodes will return September 3rd. So don't be sad, be glad, because we are coming. But that just gives you the opportunity to go back and listen to some of our favorite interviews on Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. It's necessary, man. We got to go on vacation, clear the mental health a little bit.
That's right. We need a break too.
Exactly. We're super excited about it, though. A lot of good things happening in our personal lives and in the career. So it's good. It's good. Well, we're going to get started with Disney, of course. Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, and Tom Hardy will star in director Jeff Nichols' niche feature titled The Bike Riders.
Ooh.
After the 1967 Dan Loyne photography book, the film tells an original story about a 60s Midwestern motorcycle club as it evolved over the course of a decade from a community for outsiders into a far more sinister gang. The film will be Nichols's sixth directorial effort and his first since Midnight Special and Loving, which premiered in 2016. The film will begin production in Cincinnati, Ohio in October. We love to see it go into the Midwest section of the country because personally, I'm from the Midwest. I love to see the action happening there.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I mean, like I said, I loved Loving, and no pun intended, and I'm glad he's got another one coming. All right, now we're jumping back to the 80s. Apparently, 20th Century Studios is looking to revive Working Girl with the help of none other than Selena Gomez. Gomez is in final negotiations to produce a reboot of Working Girl, the Mike Nichols directed comedy starring Sigourney Weaver, Melanie Griffith, and Harrison Ford. Now, Yana Pena, who created the Disney Plus series Diary of a Future President, is apparently adapting the screenplay for the film, which is eyeing a release on Hulu. Now, a director has not been attached or announced, casting has not been set, and it's even unclear if Gomez will star in the Working Girl remake in addition to serving as the producer. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, the 1988 version follows an ambitious 30-something-year-old Staten Island secretary who takes over office operations while her boss is recovering from a broken leg. But when the secretary pitches a winning idea, her boss attempts to take the credit. Boo. That's Harrison Ford, too.
Yeah.
Lovable Harrison Ford.
Goodness
It was a really
gracious.
good movie. I'm not sure if I want to see a reboot of it, just But I mean,
You
in
know.
Selena, we trust.
Yeah, for sure. And I love to see her stepping in front of the camera more and behind the camera,
Yeah.
producing a lot of her stuff, because I know there for a while she took a little hiatus from basically everything, but she get back into her music and her film and television
For
stuff. So
sure.
it's good to see.
Yep.
Well, audiences will get a chance to see Disney's inaugural featured documentary for free in select theaters during a 1 week period beginning August 5th. Maya, whatever the fuck, which follows two daughters of undocumented immigrants navigating the music industry. Will get its Academy Award qualifying run later in the month before debuting on Disney Plus on September 16th.
Yep.
The debut of the feature of Mexican-American filmmaker Isabel Castro. This one will did premiere to rave reviews at this year's Sundance Film Festival. In March, Disney's original documentary acquired the worldwide rights to the 88-minute film. So that's very exciting.
Oh, I mean, that's interesting for sure. Okay, you know her, you love her. Shea Coulee, the star of RuPaul's Drag Race, has apparently joined the Marvel Studios TV series Ironheart in an undisclosed role. Now, as you guys know, Ironheart is set to debut on Disney Plus in the fall of 2023. That's all they've told us. We know nothing else. We just know she's going to be in it in an undisclosed role. We will keep you informed as we find out more.
That's hilarious. Well, that's the only Marvel news, though.
No.
We're talking about She-Hulk, Attorney at Law as well. But this one is moving premiere dates at Disney Plus, but not by much, though. Don't get worried. The Marvel Studios show will now debut on Thursday, August 18th, instead of Wednesday, August 7th or 17th. As originally announced, new episodes of the 9-episode series will drop weekly on Thursdays after that. And the series' official Twitter account is having a whole lot of fun with more surprises, including a new look at the man without hair. And a new post today, Saturday, the account posted a grid of photos making up the show's logo with caption, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law is full of surprises. But when you click on the photos and expand them, you get a fresh look at the eerie anticipated upcoming original series, including one of the one and only Daredevil in what appears to be the yellow and red suit. There's also some others looking really good as well, including Hulk and Wong.
Yeah.
So a lot of good stuff coming out of this Twitter account. So be sure to follow them.
Heck yeah. And definitively yellow and red. I don't know how they even say maybe. So it is definitively yellow and red, y'all. Disney Plus also announced that season 2 of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers will debut September 28th. Now, in the new season, the team and their coach, Alex Morrow, played by the lovable Laura Graham, take to the road to attend an intense summer hockey institute in California, run by charming yet hardcore former NHL player Colin Cole, who is newcomer Josh Duhamel. He's taking the place, obviously, of Emilio Estevez, who's not on the show anymore. It's a place for kids to get excellent hockey without school to get in the way. Oh, but it's not.
No, I'm still super sad about Amelia not being a part of season 2.
Me too. I'm kind of nervous about it, but it again, like I said, in Selena, in Lauren,
we trust.
So.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, the latest trailer for Andor, the Rogue One prequel series, has been released.
Yes.
The Disney Plus spinoff series will debut September 21st with 3 new episodes. That's great because I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out on September 22nd, so I'll just fucking binge watch all 3 of these episodes while I'm knocked the fuck out. In the 3 weeks later than previously announced on August 31st, Diego Luna debuted the trailer during his appearance on Good Morning America and discussed the decision to debut the series with 3 episodes. The action-adventure series centers on Luna Cassian Andor character and is set prior to the events of Rogue One, obviously, because they fucking died. Spoiler alert. In the early days of the rebellion against the Empire, the series will begin with the destruction of Andor's homeworld. The lengthy trailer also shows Forrest Whitaker reprising his role as Shar Ghira from the original film, which is also very exciting because if you played Fallen Order, Jedi, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. He is also in that one too. So a lot of good
Yes.
Easter eggs everywhere in the Star Wars world.
Oh my goodness. So exciting. So exciting. The trailer, if you didn't watch it, watch it. It's fucking epic.
Yeah.
Disney and Pixar have set September 8th. Boy, a lot of shit coming in September, huh? For the Disney Plus premiere of the new Cars spin-off series, Cars on the Road. They released a first look trailer for the animated series. Cars on the Road, of course, follows McQueen and his best friend, Miter, played by Larry the Cable Guy, obviously, as they head east from Radiator Springs on a cross-country road trip to meet up with Mater's sister. Now, Wilson and Larry the Cable Guy voiced the characters in the movies and return to reprise their roles in the animated series. So, I mean, can you do it without them? You can't.
Exactly. I mean, it just makes sense. And I mean, it's a cute trailer. So I'm excited to see these characters introduced to the younger audience, kind of like Scooby-Doo type of thing.
Yep.
Laura-san Giacomo has been hired to inject some more Christmas magic to Disney Plus. The Santa Claus's actress, last seen in Barry and in CIS, will play La Befana, a Christmas witch from Italian folklore, who delivered treats to good children on the morning of infamy. Now, she resides in Wobbly Woods of the North Pole. So that's going to be very interesting. Yeah. I mean, introducing different folklores from different cultures. I think that's very important, very cool. I love that Disney's doing that.
Heck yeah. And if the name doesn't sound familiar for you, Sex, Lies, and Videotapes, and if that one doesn't ring the bell, this one for sure will. Cinderella. That's right. Now you know who she is.
Cinderella.
Ellen Pompeo is set to star in a limited series inspired by real events that has been ordered at Hulu. Now, in the untitled show, a Midwestern couple adopts what they believe is an 8-year-old girl with a rare form of dwarfism. But as they begin to raise her alongside 3 biological children, they slowly start to believe she may not be who she says she is. As they question her story, they're confronted with hard questions of their own about the lengths they're willing to go to defend themselves, falling into a battle that's fought in the tabloids, the courtroom, and ultimately their marriage. Now, Hulu has given the series an 8-episode order.
I think this is based off a real thing, or at least a real idea, because I watch a lot of Watch Mojo, and some shit like this popped up on there where they adopted a girl from like a different country, and then the girl, who was actually like 30 something, was plotting to kill them.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Some crazy
the
shit.
world is insane, guys.
It's true.
But you know what is also insane? How often we predict shit on the show.
Oh, yeah.
With that series order, the one that he just read, what does that mean for Pompeo's Meredith Grey on the one and only Grey's Anatomy? Well, the answer is that Pompeo is expected to have a reduced on-screen role in the upcoming season, which is the 19th of the ABC medical drama. It has been confirmed she will appear in 8 episodes of the new season, but will continue to narrate every episode, in addition to serving as an executive producer. So it's definitely becoming a late night soap opera.
Oh, for sure.
It makes sense.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about at the top of the show, guys. If you want to know what's going to happen, just listen to this show. We told you last week, go back. I'm telling you, go back, follow us on social media. You see, I posted the clip. Go back and listen to last week's show. We called this. We knew this was going to happen, and well, it did. Rosanna Arquette has joined the 3rd season of ABC's Big Sky in a recurring role. Arquette will play Virginia Gigi Cessna, Jenny's charismatic, fast-talking mother. Oh, boy, we're going to see her mother. Okay. She's a role-playing game artist and used childhood Jenny in her grifts, much to present-day Jenny's resentment. Now, Gigi has an uncanny ability to charm her way into people's lives and then disappear without a trace. When she returns to Helena to pull her latest con, Jenny catches on to her, and mother and daughter must work through their difficult relationship. I love Rosanna Arquette. I love this show. I think this is going to be a great addition.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Well, career opportunities in Murder and Mayhem. The Hulu series is in the works that stars Mandy Patinkin and cast Annie Q. Regal from Kung Fu and The Leftovers in a major recurring role. Now, Annie will play Winnie in the project. The series asks, how do you solve a murder in the post-fact world? Well, especially when sailing to the Mediterranean on an ocean liner filled with wealthy and powerful. Ooh. Now, everyone on board is hiding something, but is one of them the killer? That is the world's that is what the world's once greatest detective Rufus Cosworth and his prestigious protege, played by Violet Bean, aim to discover. The series received a 10-episode order from Hulu this year. The series will go into production this month and continue through December. So that's exciting.
I mean, it sounds interesting.
A lot
right?
of these concepts are happening right now. Death on the Nile, Knives Out, like this is a thing right now.
It is. It's a thing. But Mandy Patinkin and Violet Bean, totally in. I'm totally in on that one. This one, it seemed like it was never going to happen ever. But guess what? Apparently it is. I'm talking about the long gestating adaptation of Devil in the White City. It's officially ordered to series at Hulu now with none other than Keanu Reeves himself set to star in the one of the lead roles. This will mark Reeves' first major American television role. The series is based on the book of the same name by Eric Larson. It tells the true story of Daniel H. Burnham, a demanding but visionary architect who races to make the mark on history with the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, and Dr. H.H. Holmes, now America's first modern serial killer and the man behind the notorious murder castle built in the fair's shadow. So there you go. And this one, if you didn't know, Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, and De Niro are producing this thing.
It only makes sense. I'm very excited to see this because I watched a documentary about this whole situation before, and it's gruesome, also intriguing at the same time. But you know, America loves murder for some reason.
It's true.
But Hulu has ordered a comedy series, not a murder series, The Other Black Girl. The series is based on Zakiya Dallas Harris' novel of the same name, and in the show, Nella, the editorial assistant, is tired of being the only black girl at her company. So she is excited when Hazel is hired. But as Hazel's star begins to rise, Nella spirals out and discovers something sinister that is going on in the company.
Oh,
fucking cult? Like shit.
I mean, so maybe there will be a murder.
Yeah, right?
Who knows? Hey, this is really good news because we've been waiting, and now we finally know the fourth and final season of Atlanta. Of course, the comedy series Glover will premiere with 2 episodes right around the corner on September 15th at 10 p.m. before streaming on Hulu the next day. So there you guys go. We finally have a premiere date for it.
Really excited for that one. The trailer dropped and it looked very entertaining. From season 1 to where they are now, it's a drastic difference. So it's a really entertaining show. Be sure to check that out. Well, details of season 11 of Ryan Murphy's FX anthology series, American Horror Story, have been hard to come by. But we now know we have a confirmation that the upcoming season of the horror anthology series will premiere this fall. The official word came from FX chairman John Landgraf during his executive session at the TCA's summer press tour. Now, the new season's title, casting, and official premiere date is still to be determined. So we don't know a lot, but it's coming this fall.
That's right. FX has also ordered a limited series exclusively for Hulu from Stephen Knight with Elizabeth Moss set to star. Titled The Veil, the show is described as a thriller that explores the surprising and fraught relationship between 2 women who play a deadly game of truth and lies on the road from Istanbul to Paris and London. Now, one woman has a secret, the other a mission to reveal it before thousands of lives are lost.
Goodness gracious,
well, damn, man. I mean, I think we have fun on road trips, but nothing like that.
Right, exactly. It's so funny because we were talking to Kayla Adams, who is our guest upcoming in a future weeks. But like, there's so much drama out right now. Where's the lighthearted, like romantic comedies, man? Shit,
we need a rom-com.
We really do. Not to say the dramas aren't good because they're amazing.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
man, we need to lift some weight off of our shoulders.
That's right.
Well, Fox Emmy winner Jamie Presley from My Name Is Earl is moving into another small TV town. Presley has been added to the cast of Fox's upcoming Welcome to the Flatch as it returns for its 2nd season. She will play Barb Flatch, a realtor who returns to her hometown after a bad divorce. Welcome to the Flatch returns for its 2nd season on Thursday, September 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
I like how you said that. Barb Flatch.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that show, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a couple times, but it just flies under the radar. It's like not anything that I've really kind of like, you know. All right, guys, jumping on over to the bunny where I'm sure Bugs is choking on his carrot at this point. And probably worried for his safety because he apparently is a children's programming, obviously, and that could be in trouble.
Exactly.
Warner Brothers Discovery shares were battered yesterday on the heels of the aftermarket second quarter earnings report on Thursday that revealed the depth of the financial and operational pressures, if you will, that the newly enlarged conglomerate is facing. Now, shares were down more than 17% at midday, dropping all the way to $14.50. At the close of trading yesterday, the stock was down 16.5% at $14.59. Now, the valuation of the company has plummeted in the 4 months since Discovery completed the spinoff transaction with AT&T. As of yesterday, it stood at $35.4 billion, far off the $43 billion price tag for the transaction that closed in April. The company reported a net loss of more than $3.41 billion, owing to more than $2 billion in amortization of various assets, more than $1 billion in restructuring and other charges, $983 million in expenses related to the merger. It did see a pro forma revenue of $9.82 billion during the period, but that's down 1% from the year earlier period. Studio segment notched revenue of more than $2.79 billion, up 3% on a pro forma basis. The company's TV network saw revenue rise 1% to $5.74 billion, driven by 2% increase in advertising that was bolstered by sports. HBO Max, HBO, and Discovery Plus subscribers combined were 92.1 million, up about 1.7 million from 90.4 million the prior quarter. That's up 22%, 75.8 million on pro forma basis versus a year earlier. But Warner Brothers Discovery's streaming businesses lost subscribers domestically in quarter two, dropping nearly 500,000 of them from 53.3 million in the first quarter to 53 million as of June 30th. Now, CEO David Zaslav said, quote, "Hey, fuck all that. We're confident on the right path, that we're on the right path to meet our strategic goals and really excel before creatively and financially, and couldn't be more excited about the future of the company." What the fuck stock thing is he reading? Because
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a whole bunch of people were pulling out and selling by the end of yesterday. I know I was. It was absolutely terrifying, and it's hard to be an investor in something that you just don't believe in anymore. Like I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was optimistic. I'm always optimistic, especially with Chapek and Zaslav. But these fuckers keep doing some stupid shit, man. It's crazy, and everybody's wondering, so what's going to happen with the two streaming services, Discovery Plus and HBO Max? Well, Warner Brothers Discovery's first strategic priority on the streaming side of the house is to merge HBO Max and Discovery Plus into one single platform. That's slate to hit first in the US in the summer of 2023, so next year, although they did not reveal what it would be called or what it would cost. Zaslav said that once it is it's an integrated subscription service, it will be firmly established in the market. They are exploring the opportunity for a free ad-supported streaming offering that would give consumers who did not want to pay a subscription fee access to a great library of content. Now, the potential ad-supported service also would act as an entry point to upsell customers on the paid HBO Max Discovery Plus combo. Now, the ad-supported service will include some HBO programming, but to be clear, you wouldn't get anything like the full complement of the HBO original series for free. Now, that's a lot to take in, guys. And basically, what I think is going to happen, and we're going to talk more about what this past week he did, this fucker. I think this guy is literally going to take all the content he wants from Warner Brothers and basically run the other shit into the ground. Like, I'm so disappointed. about how all of this is going. And it's such a legendary company. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, I'm glad you brought up Chapek, because at this point, I'm pretty confident he's the happiest guy in Hollywood right now because of all this shit that Zaslav is now doing. Nobody's talking about Chapek's horrible tenure as CEO of Disney anymore, but he's still there, guys. They're just look at his stock too.
Yeah.
Not in a good position.
No.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's jump Let's jump right to the biggie, because this is the one that caused all the hysterics. Okay. Talking about Batgirl. Remember the awesomeness? Batgirl, Leslie Grace. We were going to get Keaton back under the cowl. My Batman back under the cowl. It was going to be fucking epic. Brendan Fraser. Ah! No.
Not happening.
No.
I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
Batgirl, the feature film adaptation of DC Comics character, has been shelved at Warner Brothers, y'all. It will not premiere on any platform at the studio. Not theatrically, not on HBO Max, not on HBO. They're not selling it to nothing, guys. Studio insiders now insist the decision to axe Batgirl was not driven by the quality of the film or the commitment of the filmmakers, but by the desire for the studio's slate of DC features to be blockbuster scale. Now, Warner Brothers Discovery released a statement saying, quote, "The decision to not release Batgirl reflects our leadership's strategic shift as it relates to the DC universe and HBO Max. Leslie Grace is an incredibly talented actor, and this decision is not a reflection on her performance. We are incredibly grateful to the filmmakers and their cast, and we hope to collaborate with everyone again in the near future." But the question is, did he really mean that? Because he then said during the earnings call, quote, "We're not going to launch a movie until it's ready. We're not going to launch a movie to make a quarter, and we're not going to put out a movie unless we believe in it." So he clearly didn't fucking believe in it. Just how do you go and praise it, say it had nothing to do with the film itself, and then say you didn't believe in it?
Yeah, exactly. And a whole bunch of people like ourselves were talking about this situation and how I don't know if it's the whole reason, but there is parts of an aspect that's like, okay, are you not female friendly? Are you not color friendly? Because this will be, Barbara Gordon as a black female protagonist. Or are you transgender phobic? Like, because there is going to be a first transgender, I forget, superhero or villain in this film. But we will never see it now. We will literally never fucking see it.
It's fucking horrible.
It's ridiculous. Like we were talking about off air. Hopefully, people behind the scenes keep releasing these photos, kind of like Snyder did with the Snyder cut. But we'll see, man. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever see it, to be honest. There's a lot happening.
But like I was saying, I mean, look at this thing, man. He says it wasn't. They didn't believe in it. That it wasn't blockbuster worthy. Fucking Oscar winner Michael Keaton, Oscar winner J.K. Simmons, Leslie Grace, Brendan Fraser. It's got $100 million budget. What the fuck is not blockbuster worthy about that film?
Exactly.
I cannot understand how he did not think that this thing was ready. By the way, I don't know. I'm so just mind boggled by that. I don't understand how he thinks that cast, people would not turn. People were going to go to the theater to see this film just to see fucking Keaton return under the cowl.
Exactly.
I mean, the anticipation was huge for this thing.
I know, it's crazy. The initial $75 million production budget for the project, which finished principal photography earlier this year, was in post-production, reached $90 million due in part to COVID-related delays and protocols. According to sources with knowledge of the situation, the most likely reason for the film was scrapped was taxes. Spending the money to expand the scope of Batgirl for theaters, plus the $30 million to $50 million needed to market it domestically, and the tens of millions more needed for a global rollout, could have nearly doubled spending on the film. And insiders say that was a non-starter at the company, newly focused on the belt tightening form and the bottom line. The company will almost certainly take a tax write-down on the film, seen are seen internally as the most financially sound way to recoup its losses. Doing so, however, would mean that Warner Brothers cannot monetize the movie. No HBO Max debut, no sale to other studio. So that's fucking ridiculous. So you choose to put out a movie that has a fucking psychopath rather than a movie you quote unquote don't believe in, that the fans were gearing to see, that the fans were telling you to put out this film instead of the psychopath.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that because he brought that up. But you're right. Like sometimes, man, it's not about the fucking money. It's about doing what's right. And you know how much they're saving from that movie? $20 million. Yep. They're saving $20 million. What the fuck? Is $20 million really worth not doing the right thing morally? I know what you guys are asking, right? So where does this leave the other DC films? Well, shithead himself, Zaslav, repeatedly pointed to the company's DC superhero properties, including Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, saying, quote, "These are brands that are known everywhere in the world, and as part of that, we're going to focus on quality. DC is something that we think we could make better, and we're focused on it now. The objective is to grow the DC brand, to grow the DC characters, but also our job," and this is the laughable fucking part about it, "is to protect the DC brand, and that's what we're going to do." Now, it's no secret that Zaslav has long wished to emulate the success of Disney's Marvel Studios, which Kevin Feige built into the highest grossing film franchise in history. Now, during the earnings call, Zaslav suggested DC would try to emulate the Marvel playbook, saying, quote, "We have done a reset. We have restructured the business where we are going to focus, where there is going to be a team with a 10-year plan." Boy, does that sound familiar? "Focusing just on DC. We believe we can build a much more sustainable business." Now, it's very similar to the structure that Alan Horn, Bob Iger, and Kevin Feige put together very effectively at Disney. He also said, quote, "We're excited about," and here it comes, "Black Adam, Shazam 2, and the fucking Flash. We've seen them and we think they're terrific and we think we can make them even better." You're going to fucking protect the brand by associating a very unstable, most likely mentally demented, and in all seriousness, dangerous person like Ezra Miller, and you're going to brand the Flash logo to that? That's protecting the fucking brand? I think not, sir.
Exactly.
I think not.
Exactly. Because, I mean, after all of this shit blows over, are you going to plan to make a second Flash film? That will really make us question David Zaslav as a CEO and as a human being. So it's going to be fucking ridiculous.
I mean, I don't get, first of all, too, with the whole addressing the 10-year plan, DC is not Marvel. It will not work. You can try all you want. It's not good. These are different characters in a different world. They're two drastically different approaches to the character. It's not work. You can try to emulate it, but you've got to do your own thing.
Exactly.
And this is not it. And by the way, the latest, if you guys aren't, this is a guy, we're talking about Ezra Miller, okay, that he believes in, apparently not Leslie Grace, but he believes in Ezra Miller, who has been arrested for abuse. He got abusive with the cops who arrested him. He has a restraining order against someone who he choked on a karaoke stage. He has allegedly groomed a 12-year-old child for God knows how long, and most recently has been allegedly accused of keeping a woman and her children against their will at his house where there are guns and drugs out in the open. He believes in that guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
A fucking psychopath, kidnapping, arrogant son of a bitch. Like, it makes no sense. Like, it's not the same. Like you said, it's not the same. Fucking just make it rated R. Make these superheroes rated R, and I feel like that's the right way to do the DCEU. In my opinion, that's my fucking opinion. But Warner Brothers is set to still release a Joker gross in theaters, aka the Joker sequel, October 4th of 2024. And we talked about the rumors before. Well, they are confirmed that Lady Gaga is confirmed in the casting of the film. by posting a musical teaser to social media. She will star opposite of Joaquin Phoenix, returning to the role as the Joker after winning the Oscar for the Best Actor. Thanks to his performance in 2019's first installment, Gaga has been circling the role of Harley Quinn in the upcoming sequel, which is set to be a musical since June. This is another dumb decision. Like, why would you do this? I thought you knew the character. I mean, I thought you knew the twisted, demented fucking character that is the Joker, but you're gonna make it into a musical? What? That's almost like fucking Jared Leto being the Joker.
This is a prime example. You just said it. This is a prime example of them not understanding the characters. I don't give a shit how long of a 10-year plan you have. If you don't understand the characters within your content, it's going to fail. The reason the first Joker did $1 billion is because he was fucking psycho and crazy, which is what Joker is. He's not a fucking musical. Like, if this was like a scene in it where Joker was like maniacally killing people and maiming them as he's dancing in a scene or something, all in. Okay, yeah, I could see Joker being fucking crazy like that. But the whole fucking film of music, no. Gaga, I love Lady Gaga. She's a great actor. She's proven herself. Phenomenal singer now. She's not fucking Harley Quinn.
No.
She's not. You have fucking Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie. What the fuck are you doing?
And this is just another example of Warner Brothers Discovery and DC just making things so confusing. Like, it just makes you like pick favorites basically. And like, why am I watching this if we already have one that's already really fucking good?
Yeah.
Like, it makes absolutely no sense. I'm really disappointed in Todd Phillips because I thought he did better. I thought he would do better.
I know. Who's he caving to? Because the first Joker was fucking brilliant.
I know.
I don't know.
Who's got something on you, bro? Well, it's not just the DC properties, though, that has been causing concerns to the fans. Now, the upcoming thing that is on the chopping block is Scoob Holiday Haunt, the follow-up to the 2020 film Scoob, has been shelved by the studio. Footage for the animated adaptation of Scooby-Doo series has been showcased as a sizzle reel for HBO Max back in December of 2021. Sources indicate that the production had cost Warner Brothers $40 million. It doesn't make any sense. That was a good family-friendly film. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, and apparently that's the thing, because I just read recently that Cartoon Network is in trouble too. He's axing all the family content, the family-friendly and children's content. Why? Hello? It's built on fucking Bugs Bunny. Your whole fucking empire is built on Bugs Bunny. How can you get rid of children's content? I just don't even understand the move. It's not all he's doing, though. Warner Brothers Discovery's also been very quietly removing content from HBO Max. Have you guys seen it? Including several Warner Brothers movies that were exclusively streaming on the service. Within the past few weeks, at least 6 Warner Brothers movies have been removed from HBO Max. Moonshot, Superintelligence, Robert Zemeckis' 2020 remake of The Witches, and American Pickle, Seth Rogen's film, Locked Down, and the drama Charm City Kings. All off there. Yeah. Too bad if you liked them. Sorry, he's out of there.
And it doesn't make any sense because those were originals. That was the only place you could see those. Why? Yeah. What is the point of that? Well, White Lotus, HBO's anthology series about life among the wealthy and dissatisfied at the chain of an upscale resort, will premiere its second installment in October. Announced the cast members for season 2 of the one and only White Lotus. Now, this one includes Jennifer Coolidge, F. Murray Abraham, Adam McCarrow, Tom Hollander, Michael Implory, Audrey Plaza, Holly Lou Richardson, Theo James, Megan Fye, Will Sharp, and Leo Woodall. Now, White returns as the writer and director. So there's that.
hey, at least you were lucky enough to survive. That's all you got to say about that. Now, our Flash, America's Flash, the world's Flash, the upstanding gentleman, Grant Gustin, who portrays our Flash, sadly, will no longer be on our screens coming up. The Flash will end its upcoming 9th season at the CW. Production on season 9 of the beloved DC series is set to begin in September, with the final season now slated to debut in 2023. The season will consist of only 13 episodes. And upon the completion of the 9th season, The Flash will be one of the longest running CW shows ever. The Flash is also the longest running of the CW's modern DC shows, edging out shows like Arrow, which was 8 seasons, and Legends of Tomorrow, which was 7 seasons. The Flash has remained consistently popular throughout its run and ended season 8 as one of the CW's most watched shows, and also ranked among its most streamed titles. With it now ending, the only current DC shows on the CW are Superman and Lois, Stargirl, and the upcoming Gotham Knights. Don't get too attached to Gotham Knights, though.
Yeah.
I'm hearing rumors that one's next on Zaslav's chopping block. So I swear to God, if he fucking gets rid of Stargirl and Superman and Lois, I might just drive down to Burbank.
Right.
Like
it's just so crazy that you're literally canceling your best shit. Like, it makes no sense, man. I mean, well, that was Warner Brothers. We let it all out. I'm sure you could tell we had some feelings on it. It's good. It's fine. They're still fucking up, but we got to get through the rest. Woo! Paramount, Rebel Wilson is getting ready to serve as star of Double Fault, a tennis comedy in development at Paramount Pictures. Players label Jim and Brian Cahau are the brothers who wrote the 2019 high school comedy Blockers, are in talks to pen the screenplay. The logline is being kept under wraps, but anything Rebel does, I mean, it's basically a hit.
Her as a tennis player is going to be fucking hilarious.
I agree.
I mean, that's going to be really good. Okay, you know we love Amy Rutberg, who, if you didn't know, is in the writer's room on NCIS Hawaii now. Did you know that? How fucking awesome is that? Well, the NCIS and NCIS Hawaii teams are uniting for a crossover event as their respective season openers next month. The episodes will premiere Monday, September 19th on CBS. Will feature the DC team of NCIS traveling to Hawaii in order to stop a dangerous suspect from fulfilling their next attack. The event will also be available to stream live and on demand on Paramount Plus. So anytime they cross over, it's always good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Showtime has elected against moving forward with the second season of the anthology series, The First Lady. The decision comes a little over 6 weeks after the series aired its first season finale. First season of the anthology series cut between 3 different eras of the White House, following the political and private lives of Eleanor Roosevelt, Betty Ford, and Michelle Obama. Now, it had an amazing cast, but I think it was just too much happening. Did you ever get a chance to watch it?
I did, and I was not a fan. I was really looking forward to that one. I'm a huge political guy. I'm a huge history guy, and I'm thinking all in on this. I was with you. It just didn't catch.
Was it just me, or what was Viola Davis doing with her mouth? Okay, like that. I mean, that was like one of the reasons I couldn't stop. I would love Viola Davis, but what was she doing with her mouth? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Like, it was weird. It was
not
weird.
sure that's the reason it didn't catch fire,
No.
but I mean, whatever.
It was so annoying. It was very distracting. But anyway.
Hey, guess what? Paramount Global, that's the parent company of Paramount, also had their Q2 earnings report this week, and they're doing much fucking better than Warner Brothers. Paramount Plus kept hiking up the streaming mountain in the second quarter as some rivals have stumbled, as we know. In announcing Q2 earnings, Paramount Global said its flagship Paramount Plus service now has 43.3 million paid customers. That's a net add of 3.7 million for the June quarter, including 1.2 million disconnects in Russia. Now, the total streaming subscribers globally reached 63.7 million in the second quarter. That's a gain of 1.7 million. Backing out Paramount Plus, the company's other OTT services dropped 2.4 million subs overall. Paramount does not break out the numbers of subscribers for Showtime or its other direct-to-consumer services, which include BET Plus and Noggin, but I bet they're doing pretty good too.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations, Paramount Plus, because you're the only one that's doing pretty good this week. Paramount Plus has also released the official trailer of the 6th and final season of The Good Fight, which is set to premiere exclusively to Paramount Plus on Thursday, September 8th. The 10-episode final season follows Diane as she struggles with the sense of deja vu following the overturning of Roe v. Wade to voting rights to Cold War aggressions returning. The Good Fight star Christine Barlasky and John Slattery and Sarah Steele, Michael Boatman, Naomi, and so many others are coming back, of course. Alan Cumming and Carrie Preston
Yes.
also guest star. So that's exciting.
I'm so excited to have Eli back. I fucking love Alan Cumming's character on that show, on The Good Wife, and I was so wanting him to be on The Good Fight. So now that he's going to be there, it's going to be fucking epic. I love that show.
For sure.
And let's see. This is exciting. This is going to be pretty good, I think. Everybody Still Hates Chris. An animated reboot of Chris Rock's Everybody Hates Chris has been greenlit by MTV Studios to run on Paramount Plus and Comedy Central. Now, like the original series, which ran on UPN, that's right, United Paramount Network.
Yeah.
Remember that one? No. And later the CW, Everybody Hates Chris will feature Rock narrating stories inspired by his experiences growing up as a nerd in the large working class family in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn during the 1980s. I think this is going to be a huge resurgence. The show was a hit then. I think the animated version is going to be a hit. And we all know everybody's on Chris Rock's bandwagon right now. So I think it's going to be huge.
For sure. Well, Milo Manheim is set to lead opposite of Peyton List in the Paramount Plus series School Spirits, a young adult drama based on the upcoming graphic novel by Nate and Megan Trinrud and Mira Nogan. Now, School Spirits focuses on a teen stuck in the afterlife who decides to investigate her mysterious disappearance alongside a group of other students who are also stuck in limbo in their high school. Mannheim will play Wally, a lovable ghost from the 1980s who in his glory days was the star high school football player. That's a very interesting concept.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm excited for that one.
I am too. The question is, Peyton List, of course, everybody, Batgirl on Cobra Kai. What does that mean for her character there? Was she able to balance the shooting schedule? Will we see less of her in the upcoming season, Cobra Kai? I don't know. Guess we're going to find out. This is exciting. I know you're excited about this one. Ink Master is returning on September 7th with a brand new host and a crop of judges. Calm down. Brand new host doesn't mean he's not going to be there. I'll tell you in a second. The iconic series, which will air exclusively on Paramount Plus, has set Good Charlotte singer Joel Madden as host, along with season 8 winner Ryan Ashley, celebrity tattoo artist Nico Hurtado, and industry veteran Arnie James as judges. Now, here, I promised. Former host Dave Navarro will still appear on the show as the Master of Chaos and will introduce crazy twists and game-changing bombs to the competition. According to the press release, the show's 10-episode comeback season, legendary fan favorite artist will return to compete for the biggest prize yet, $250,000. And, of course, the title of Ink Master.
Very excited about that
right?
one. I mean, it got canceled on air, but they told us it was coming back for the streaming platform. And of course, there was some controversy with some judges. But still, I'm very excited because bringing back one of the winners, Ashley, she is an amazing artist and one of Emily's favorite, Little Cam's favorite. So that'll be fun to watch.
For sure.
NBC Universal and Dowd is joining the ensemble of The Exorcist, which is being billed as both a new take on the demonic possession classic as well as the first film in the planned trilogy. The veteran character actress, best known for her work as the chilling enforcer of dystopian discipline on The Handmaid's Tale, will appear alongside Hamilton star Leslie Odom Jr. and Ellen Burstyn, who is reprising her role from the original film as Chris MacNeil. Blumhouse and Morgan Creek are producing the movie for Universal's and Peacock. The first film in the new Exorcist saga will be released theatrically on October 13th of 2023.
This is a mistake.
Yeah, you know.
The fucking Exorcist, Linda Blair, spinning head, demonic. You're never going to make it better than it was made originally. I'm sorry. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Peacock has given a straight-to-series order to the coming-of-age thriller Hysteria. Now, in the show, a beloved varsity quarterback disappears during a satanic panic of the late 1980s. A struggling high school heavy metal band of outcasts realize they can capitalize on the town's sudden interest in the occult by building a reputation as a satanic metal band until a bizarre series of murders, kidnappings, and reported supernatural activity triggers a leather-studded witch hunt that leads directly back to them.
No shit.
Oh.
A lot of stuff like that right now.
What the
That's so
fuck? I
funny.
bet a lot of Kiss music is going to be in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. You would think.
The Knights in Satan's Service.
Well, this next one is interesting because I mean, I feel like this type of genre of television is dying slowly but surely. Days of Our Lives is moving to Peacock. The long-running NBC soap opera is officially moving to the Universal-owned streaming platform starting September 12th. Now, it has aired on NBC since its first launch back in 1965. I bet you remember that.
No.
Currently, the show airs daily on NBC, while past episodes are available to stream on Peacock as we speak. Peacock previously aired the spinoff Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem in September of 2021, a second installment of that series having aired on Peacock in July. Now, the spinoff film Days of Our Lives, A Very Salem Christmas, aired in December of 2021. So I don't know. That's very interesting.
Yeah, no, I wasn't around in 65. The soap opera's actually older than I am, but that's crazy. After 60 fucking years,
Yeah,
it's going to the streaming service. That is just not...
in the summer of 65. That's not the lyrics, but it's fine. No.
Hey, let's jump on over to Sony. They've got actually 2 stories about films that don't include anything to do with Spider-Man.
Facts.
What? Are we in a different dimension, a different universe? What's going on? The Brad Pitt vehicle Bullet Train should take #1 on the domestic charts at the box office this weekend. The film earned $12.6 million from 4,357 locations yesterday and is projecting a $30 million debut. Now, that's a solid performance for an original, but the film's going to have to keep chugging a little bit better than that throughout August to recoup its $90 million production budget, which means it has to make $180 million to even break even. The film's all-star cast should help with that, though. Apparently, too, it's got a lot of cameos.
I could see it. I could definitely see it. It seemed one of those Anchorman type things.
Sure.
It reminds me a lot of like Kill Bill meets fucking like, I don't know, man. It's
Unstoppable.
like it's very like kung fu, like comedy type of thing.
Sure.
I think it's hilarious though. I think if we were in normal times though, it wouldn't have even broke 25 to be honest. So 30, I think it's doing really well.
Maybe they should have had everybody's kung fu fighting while they're fighting on the train.
Yeah,
That would have been great.
That would have been hilarious. Brad Pitt looked like he's having a blast fucking promoting this thing.
Yeah, he does look like he was having fun.
Yeah. Well, the world's most famous fat cat is coming back to theaters soon. That's right. The one and only Garfield, an animated film starring Chris Pratt as the famous Jim Davis comic strip character, will premiere in theaters February 16th of 2024. In addition to Pratt, the film will also star motherfucking Samuel L. Jackson as a brand new character to the Garfield universe.
Oh,
Vic, who is the father of the orange feline. The plot will bring Garfield's father back into his life. Remains under wraps about how that will go. Although there are no other cast members that have been announced, the film is presumably feature classic characters from the franchise, including his owner, of course, John, and of course his best friend, Odie, the dim-witted puppy.
Yes.
So it should be good.
I'm super excited about that.
For sure.
I love Garfield. Just the idea of Garfield's dad cat played by Samuel L. Jackson.
So good.
I'm so in. Hey, good thing this was over there at Sony, right? Because Zaslav fucking got an animated family-friendly film. Like, I just don't even know. Hey, Lionsgate's doing pretty good also, which is a good sign because they're trying to sell that shit. Subscriber growth at Stars lifted shares of Lionsgate in after-hours trading, giving investors optimism that the media company will be able to demand top dollar when it finalizes plans to sell off the cable streamer. Now, streaming subscribers jumped to 28.3 million worldwide, a 57% year-over-year increase. On the earnings call this week, Lionsgate CEO John Feitheimer said that potential buyers are also interested in the company's film studio, suggesting that Amazon's $8.5 billion purchase of MGM had made Lionsgate a more attractive target.
Makes sense, man. It makes sense. There's a lot of different things shifting around right now in the entertainment industry. These past like 5 years, it's been insane.
Telling you.
The Outlander prequel series at Stars is officially moving forward. The show will be titled Outlander, Blood of My Blood. What? Blood Brothers. What? It will focus on the love story between Jamie Fraser's parents, Diana Gublin, the author of the novel series, on which Outlander is based, will serve as consulting producer on the series. So that's very exciting.
I can tell you, this is one that's like a huge hit, has a massive following. I've never fucking seen an episode of it.
One day I almost watched it. One day I almost watched it. That's as far as I can go. I like watched season 1's trailer and I thought about clicking on it and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Speaking of that MGM, which is now in the Amazon family, let's jump on over to there. I didn't think Working Girl should be remade from the 80s, and I definitely do not think this one should be remade, but apparently it's going to be. Jake Gyllenhaal is now officially set to star in Roadhouse, a reimagined take on the classic movie starring Patrick Swayze for Amazon Prime. Now, Doug Liman will direct the new movie from a script written by Anthony Bargozzi and Charles Mundry. After producing the original film for MGM in 1989, Joel Silver is back on board to produce the reimagining for his company, Silver Pictures. Now, reports that Gyllenhaal and Lyman were circling the project broke all the way back in November of 2021. Prime Video officially announced the production's impending start earlier this week. Now, according to the studio, the new take stars Gyllenhaal as a former UFC fighter who takes a job as a bouncer at a rough and tumble roadhouse in the Florida Keys, but soon discovers that not everything is what it seems in this tropical paradise. And in what would mark his first acting job in a major studio movie, two-time UFC champion Conor McGregor is set to join Gyllenhaal in the film, which makes sense because they're playing UFC guys. So, I mean, that only makes sense, right? While exact details of behind who McGregor will be playing are unknown, sources made it clear he would be playing an original character and not himself in the project. The Amazon original movie is set to go into production in the Dominican Republic this month. Roadhouse will stream on Prime Video in more than 240 countries and territories worldwide.
Why? It's such a cult classic. Why do we got to remake
I know,
everything?
it's such a fucking epic film. Like, don't fuck with epic films. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make
It doesn't.
sense.
This is badass, though.
I love it. I'm super excited.
Snoop Dogg is entering the sports world.
In a big screen way. The acclaimed rapper is set to star in Metro Goldwyn Mayer's upcoming sports comedy film, The Underdogs, and it will produce the movie alongside Blackish creator Kenya Barris. In addition to starring in the project, Snoop will also produce the film via his Death Row Pictures banner, set for a theatrical release on October 20th of 2023. Now, Underdogs is described by the studio as bad news bears in the world of youth football. Snoop Dogg stars as Jason Jennings, 2J's, a former NFL star who has a run-in with the law and winds up coaching a youth football in lieu of going to prison in hopes to relaunching his fledgling career. This kind of sounds like Mighty Ducks. Football,
a little bit.
Football Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, but I really like, if you guys don't know too, Snoop is heavily involved in the LA community in youth football programs. Yeah. He funds a ton of them, uniforms and all that kind. So that's like, I love this. It's
He's literally a coach. If you go to Netflix, he has a series of him being a coach.
So, I mean, this is perfect. And I love it. Underdogs with double G's. Double G. Of course, you gotta have double G's, right? Amazon is apparently rounding out the cast for the upcoming 4th season of the Emmy-nominated superhero series The Boys. Valerie Curry from The Lost Symbol and Susan Hayward from Orange is the New Black are joining as new series regulars for the upcoming season. And Cameron Crovetti, who recurred as Ryan, the son of Homelander, in seasons 2 and 3, has been promoted to a series regular for season 4. That makes sense because you could see that building. Crovetti has appeared in 8 episodes over both seasons. Curry is set to play Firecracker, and Hayward will play Sister Sage. So I'm excited. That's
very cool. Yeah, for sure. Well, heading over to Netflix, Stranger Things Writers Room has been officially started on the 5th and final season. See ya like 5 years from now on the Netflix series. The official Twitter account for the show's writer room, Stranger Writers, announced the news on Tuesday. In a tweet captioned Day 1, the account posted a picture of the writer's board embolized with the logo for the final season. Hopefully they make this shit happen quicker, though, because, I mean, they saw how fucking excited people were. So
for sure. This one sounds like an updated Turner and Hooch. But I'm still in. Or K9, with James Belushi. I'm still in, though, because it sounds like it's going to be fucking hilarious. Netflix has Dave Bautista circling to star in Unleashed. Now, he'll play a police officer who's best friends with a K9 partner that can sniff out any crime. But when that buddy of his, Boomer, dies on the job, he pledges no more pooch partners until he's teamed with Zeus. So, I mean, that's all we know so far. But Batista with a dog as a cop, I think it's going to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. Well, Academy Award winner Kathy Bates and actor Liza Koshy have joined the cast of the upcoming romantic comedy film for Netflix. The film, which is currently untitled, is headlined by former The Paperboy co-stars Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron, as well as Kissing Booth lead Joey King. According to the logline, the film will focus on a young woman, her mother, and her movie star boss as a surprising romance kicks off comedy consequences for the trio. Are forcing them to face complications of love, sex, and identity.
So so I'm guessing Nicole Kidman, mom,
Yeah.
Zac Efron, movie star boss,
Yeah.
Joey King, the assistant. Now, is movie star boss fucking mom?
Right.
And then the daughter falls in that? Is that the complication?
Exactly.
This is what I'm wondering. Okay. I feel like it's going to be funny, though.
Yeah, it should be funny.
All right. Hey, Kimmy Rutledge has landed a lead role opposite Nick Zano and Shelley Henning in Obliterated, Netflix's hour-long action comedy series from Cobra Kai creators John Hurwitz, Hayden Schlossenberg, and Josh Heald. This is a big break for the Seattle-based Rutledge and marks the young actor's first major role. Now, she replaces Amelia Yu, who originally had been cast in the series from Sony Pictures Television. The 8-episode series, now in production, tells the story of an elite special forces team who thwarts a deadly threat to Las Vegas. After their celebratory party filled with booze, drugs, and sex, the team discovers that a bomb they deactivated was fake. The now intoxicated team has to fight through their impairments, overcome their personal issues, find the real bomb, and save the world. Rutledge, who is of Japanese descent, plays the series' regular role of Maya, a young NSA tech expert in the field for the first time and wildly out of her element.
Oh,
that's going to be really fun.
Yeah, right. There's a lot happening there. Well, Netflix has decided not to pick up First Kill for a second season. Are we surprised? Not at all. The news comes nearly 2 months after the streamer debuted all 8 episodes of the teenage vampire series first season in early June. Sources close to the matter maintain that Netflix is proud of the work that producers, cast, and crew put on this series, though the decision came down to a matter of viewing numbers and various costs.
Yeah, did you see the follow-up on that? The creator of the show and they're fucking fuming. They said that it didn't get viewers because it got no marketing and no advertising and nobody
I feel like this is the first thing I'm hearing about.
Yeah, so I would not be surprised if you see some sort of a lawsuit coming there.
Yeah,
it's
just making sense.
Jumping on over to Apple, Jordan Christie from Why Women Kill has signed on for a recurring role in Apple TV Plus's limited series, The Big Cigar. He joins an ensemble led by Andre Holland that also includes Alessandro Nivola, Tiffany Boone, PJ Byrne, and Mark McConaughey. As we've told you on previous episodes, the 6-episode series based on a Playboy magazine article by Joshua Behrman, Argo, tells the extraordinary, hilarious, almost too good to be true story of how Black Panther leader Huey P. Newton relied on his best friend Bert Schneider, the Hollywood producer behind Easy Rider, to elude the nationwide manhunt and escape to Cuba while being pursued in exile by the FBI. Now, Christie will play Newton's friend and Black Panther Party co-founder Bobby Seale, bonded with Newton over repeated incursions and infiltration by the FBI before deciding to leave the party.
Very interesting.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot happening.
That is.
But I mean, I feel like Amazon likes that type of shit. They always go out there for that different type of like spy thriller situation.
They do. And this is a true story, so it's going to be good.
For sure. Well, now it is time for our guest segment, man.
Yes.
We got the one and only William B. Davis coming on the show to talk about his roles in basically everything.
Yeah, I'd love to. Of course, we talk about the iconic role of the cigarette smoking man from X-Files, which just plastered him into pop culture fame forever. But we're really talking to him about his book that he's now written on acting and in life.
Yes.
And it's just like it's kind of like a mix between a memoir and a how-to in acting. And this guy started when he was 12, like 6 decades ago, y'all. So there's a lot of experience that he kind of shares with everybody. You do not want to miss this interview.
No, you really don't. You really don't. Well, here he is. And if you're watching this video on YouTube after the show, you can go and watch his interview on our YouTube channel. It is up right now. Hit dropped at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So have fun with that. We just had to do that because of podcast purposes. Yeah. Well, now it is time for the top 5 segment, though. And this week it is top 5 favorite Denzel Washington films. But man, oh man, I'm super excited about this one because he is one of the best actors of our time.
For sure.
And man, I mean, one that I'm surprised didn't make either of our list is Philadelphia. We just want to throw that out there. Philadelphia is one of the best movies of all time.
You know what? I wanted to put that on my list, and then I felt like it's an unfair thing to do because while he's fantastic in that film, it's not his film. It's Tom Hanks.
Fair.
So that's why. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to not want to put it on there because he's fucking just when he shows up as a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. Anyway, all right.
So funny. Well, my number 5 goes to a recent one that he just did before Macbeth, and that's Little Things. His dynamic with just Jared Leto, I felt like was so fucking good. And I mean, it's one of those films that start a conversation, and we love those. So, I mean, going back and forth with him, those are both really talented actors. Very method, very thespian, I could say. And it just makes complete sense why they were paired together for this type of story, too. I would definitely go back and watch this on HBO Max while you can, because you don't know how long it'll fucking be there. But of course, that's why I had to put it on my list. So The Little Things on HBO Max.
Yes. My number 5 is a true story based on an African-American man who saw an opportunity to take on the mob and did so successfully for quite a long time. I am, of course, talking about American Gangster. Now, this cast has just about everybody under the sun in this film, and Denzel Washington gives, in my opinion, one of his best performances ever. And have you picked a better person to be a fucking badass black mobster to take on the mob? I think not. If you guys haven't seen it, like I said, it's based on a true story. You should totally go back and watch it. It's very interesting to see the dynamics and figure out like how he built his empire opposite the Italian mob and where he could and could not negotiate. And like, it's a very interesting story. And like I said, real life. So I highly recommend going back and watching this one, American Gangster.
Yeah, man. The Frank Lucas story. So fucking good. So good. Number 4 for me is lesser known, unless you're just into basketball, but He Got Game with Ray Allen and Denzel Washington. Basically, a dad who comes home from prison and tries to reconnect with his son, who is about to, I forget, either about to go to the league or go to college, make his commitment. And it's so good. It's such a good film. And kudos to Ray Allen, because this man is not an actor, but he gave it all he's got. And he does really well with one of our biggest A-list stars that we have in the entertainment industry right now. But it's such a good, like, heartwarming film that I feel like if you are getting into basketball or anything like that notion, you should definitely watch this one. He Got Game with Denzel Washington and Ray Allen.
Yeah, I mean, so good, so good. Okay, my number 4 is a remake. You know, I'm not normally fond of remakes, but this one was actually really fucking great. Had a phenomenal cast: Chris Pratt, Denzel Washington, just a ton of people in this thing. I'm talking about The Magnificent Seven, where my man leading his group of ragtag 7 to help enforce a town that's been taken over by some bad guys.
Yeah.
Now, this film is amazing. You think modern day Western, right? Like, are they still relevant? Are Westerns still cool? This film answered that question. Yes. And Denzel Washington, as the leader of this gang, made it even more so cool. Another one of our buddies and former guests, Clint James, also is in this film, which is freaking fantastic. We love it. This is a really, really good film.
It is.
I think it lives up to the original, The Magnificent Seven, with Yul Brynner and the gang way back. I mean, a real classic, but this one lived up to it, and I was actually not disappointed with it. And I think if you guys are fans of Westerns and you're fans of Chris Pratt, Denzel Washington and the gang, you should definitely check this one out. Well worth it.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, number 3 for me goes to a Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington flick. It is Two Guns, basically two fucking agents who are pit against each other from two different, organizations, and they thought they were both criminals trying to get fucking shit over on each other. But that's how great fucking the country communicates.
Fantastic.
I love it. It's so good because their dynamic. I mean, like I said before on He Got Game, such an amazing actor. But then when you pair him with Mark Wahlberg, who has earned his right to be in that conversation as well. It's just so good. Action, comedy type of situation, adventure. Really freaking good. If you guys haven't seen this one, be sure to check it out. I feel like it was kind of one of those that people wrote off as like a throwaway film, but it's a really good one. So check it out. Two Guns.
Yeah, no, for sure. My number 3 was a huge, wildly successful play in which Denzel Washington starred, and then decided, okay, hey, let's make it a film. He came back, starred in the film version of it with Viola Davis, who was not doing weird things with her mouth in this one.
No, she was not.
This is a really fucking phenomenal film. It's set in the 1950s, and it's basically just like this stark look at a man trying to raise his family in the hood in the 1950s.
Yep.
And dealing with a whole kind of situation of being poor and all the different type things, raising his son, and it's an outstanding look at America and what the times were like for a black family in the 50s in New York and trying to come up, and just, it's amazing. I can't say enough. The performances are unbelievable. All Oscar worthy. Everybody in it was Oscar worthy. And it's definitely one that you should check out. I think you will thoroughly enjoy it. I hope it comes back to Broadway at some point. I thought I'd like to see a revival of it and be able to catch it somewhere because it was phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Fun fact, I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Really need to see that.
Oh yeah, no,
I've been
dude,
wanting to for like ever.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. You will really, really like it.
Oh man. Number 2 is probably one that fucking everybody has been trying to tell us to say this whole top 5 segment, and that is Training Day. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That's right.
Man, oh man. And I'm getting more into Ethan Hawke right now as well. He's fucking amazing. I love like the things I've been seeing of him recently and going back and look at his older work. But Training Day is so fucking good, man. Antoine Fuqua, I think so.
Yep.
Directing that one. That's so like just basically good cop, bad cop, like, trying to get everybody out on the street, but trying to like navigate the country we live in and the rural parts we live in, I guess you could say. And yeah, it's such a good film. Is this one? Didn't he win an Academy Award for this one?
I believe so.
Yes. So that's why you should go back and fucking watch it. And this is where Terry Crews first gets discovered. So be sure to check it out because Terry Crews is fucking awesome. So yeah, number 2 for me, Training Day.
Denzel Washington as a shady ass cop.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not want to see
Exactly.
That's number 2, I feel like I don't have to say a word.
Mm-mm.
You know the man, you know the story, and Denzel Washington played it fucking phenomenally brilliant.
Sure.
That's all I have to say about it. My number 2 of Denzel Washington films of my all-time favorites, Malcolm X. Enough said.
Enough said. Right there, man. It's so damn good.
I mean,
that's it. That's it. And number 1 for both of us, because how could it not
oh
be
my
our
gosh,
number ones? It's such a good fucking film.
Jesus Christ,
and then plus
so
we
good.
love football. Absolutely love football. Ryan Gosling, young Ryan Gosling. Fucking so
Hayden
many.
Panettiere, like
Yeah.
a baby Hayden Panettiere.
Sunshine,
Yeah.
sunshine. Fucking remember the Titans, man.
Ugh.
The fucking speech at Gettysburg when he makes them run all the way there, like so beautiful. The whole thing is such a beautiful film.
Oh, it's life lesson. It's a family story, and in my opinion, maybe one of the greatest football films ever made. If you are a diehard football fan, this is an absolute must film to watch. I feel like it's every school after this film came out tried to emulate that success.
For sure.
Like in real life.
Yeah.
I just feel like that was it, right? This is the one. This is what it's got to be. We are the Tigers. Mighty, mighty. I mean, just there's so many like unbelievable. If you guys don't know the story, it's about this like a black man that comes in to take over as head coach of a school, and the town ain't wanting it. Okay, they want no part of it. But he turns this program around. He ends the segregation and blends the teams, and he just. It's an amazing fucking story, and I mean, if you haven't seen it, what?
Yeah.
but if you haven't, check it out. I mean, there's a reason it's both of our number ones.
Yeah, inspired by a true story, I believe.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Be sure to check that one out. So good. But man, we want to know, what is your favorite Denzel Washington flick? Be sure to comment below in the YouTube section or in the podcast section, or add us on Twitter at CrazyAntGuy1970 or JLo Fantastic.
Yes.
All the good places, man. Well, the box office recap, man, oh man, there was a lukewarm response to DC's Super Pets, as we predicted. But it still came in at number one, like we said, because we're in that lull period, with 23 million. Number two was Nope with 18.6. Thor: Love and Thunder came in at number 3 with 13.2. Minions: The Rise of Gru came in at number 4 with 11 million. And number 5 is Top Gun: Maverick with 8.4.
Still hanging in the top 5. Guys, if you want to see DC Super Pets, I would highly recommend you go see it, because another thing that Zaslav said is that he is now on a case-by-case basis deciding on, once films are in the theaters, will they show up on the streaming service or won't they? Yeah. So you might not even be able to see DC Super Pets if you don't go see it real quick, because he might not even put it on the streamer, and it's family friendly, so the odds are pretty high that he won't. Just saying. I mean,
so crazy. New movies that are out right now that you can go see: Bullet Train, if you go to a theater that has decent surround sound, because I tried to go see it yesterday. My theater was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this theater is not working." So pissed. Hopefully tomorrow. Bodies, whatever that is. Easter Sunday, I Love Dad. I mean, I don't know what any of those are besides Bodies, or not even Bodies. Bullet Train.
yeah.
Movies you can still go see right now are Where the Crawdads Sing.
Go see.
Elvis.
Go see.
The Black Phone. Jurassic World Dominion. Yeah, and a couple of others. Well, IMDbPro's top trending segment, though, The Gray Man is the number one conversation right now. I've heard very mixed opinions about this one, so we'll see how that one is. Better Call Saul is the top trending TV show. Makes sense, because I think they're in their last season. And this top trending star is Ana de Armas, because she's about to play Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, it's not for Gray Man. She's in it, but you blink and you miss her.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it's all to do with Marilyn.
Yeah,
so
exactly, man. Exactly. Well, great show. Thank you so much for getting crazy with us. Episode 205 of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. We got to thank our guest one more time, William B. Davis, for coming on the show. And be sure to follow him on social media, man. Be sure to follow us on social media as well. The company is at Crazy Ant Media. The podcast is at ITCAFpodcast. Myself, I'm at JLo Fantastic, and
I'm at Crazy Ant Guy 1970.
That's right. And you guys know you can subscribe to the podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Stitcher, and so much more. Man, oh man, there's a lot of things happening. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for all the latest and greatest notifications coming out of Crazy Ant Media. And be sure to leave a comment and let us know what you thought about the show. What was your favorite part? I know we got a little passionate about that Warner Brother Discovery, because fuck them. But you know, it's crazy time we live in.
Hey, look, I just want to say this, because I think a lot of people out there are like, whoa, wait, these guys are filmmakers. They're in the industry. They could potentially at future points work with, Warner Brothers Discovery, or work with Disney whenever we go at Chapek and stuff. But guys, we are a film company. We are proud of our work. We're proud of our company, and our company has a brand that we very adamantly protect. And for us, it's not always about I would rather stay indie our entire career than compromise our morals or not do what's right in our belief system. So attacking Warner Brothers Discovery we have to stand up for what we think is right. And we don't think what Zaslav is doing is right. And so if that costs us an opportunity, then it costs us an opportunity. But we're not willing at Crazy Ant Media to compromise our morals. It's more than the bottom line to us. It's about doing the right thing.
Exactly.
So
Man. Exactly.
if you're wondering.
Yeah. There it is.
And there it is. That was my favorite part of the show this week.
Exactly. There's a lot of good stuff going down. I'm so excited for Andor. There's a lot of stuff hitting Disney Plus here soon. That's gonna be
I'm
fucking
so excited about She-Hulk.
So good, man. So fucking good. But before we go, be sure to visit our website, www.crazyantmedia.com, where you start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. Our film is up there, deadlines right now. You can watch it for free on our YouTube channel as well. All the good things, man, that are coming out of Hollywood and the bad things, you can find it right here on Crazy Ant Media's Inside the Crazy Ant Farm.
Hey, and you know who is never afraid to speak her mind and doesn't care what people think and doesn't care about the
exactly.
Oprah!
Oh my goodness, me.
Ooh.
We made it. We made it through. We're here.
Yes.
I'm so happy we got to get all of that off our chest, because there's a lot's happening at Warner Brothers that we've been watching all week, and massive disappointment, because to let you guys in a little bit at Crazy Ant Media, personally, I was hoping we were able to get our show, The Raven's Vision, on HBO Max or at HBO. That was where I wanted it to go first and foremost, but it's terrifying. As a filmmaker, it's absolutely terrifying to even attempt to pitch to them. Of course, you still gotta, shoot your shot, but it's terrifying to even pitch to them because they're so unsteady and uneasy right now, unpredictable.
Well, yeah, and not only do we have a problem with where he's focused more about the bottom line than about doing what's morally correct, but as creators, and you saw the whole situation with Batgirl and Scoob and all that, if we were to successfully pitch the series and it gets a green light and we pour all of our heart and soul into this thing that we've been working on now for about 2 years, the idea that all of a sudden it could just and never see the light of day would be crushing. It would be heartbreaking. And now every creator that currently has a deal with HBO has got to have that in the back of their mind, thinking, is this
exactly?
I mean, said that he tore up about Jason Killar is when he made the decision to put all the films on HBO Max and how it ruined relationships with A-listers. Do you think that fucking shelving shit after they've worked all those years on it is building relationships with A-listers? You have just alienated more so the A-listers, because they're going to be terrified to sign a deal with you.
Exactly.
So it's just one of those things. Like you said, we got to take our shot, but is it worth it?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Of course, it's a very fluid and developing situation that we will stay on top of. Right now we're in the bad with Warner Brothers Discovery. I wonder what the quote unquote good is going to be. So, I mean, optimism, just trying to stay optimistic.
I'm really hoping in my heart, truthfully, that there's a back step on that and he rethinks that decision and fucking releases Batgirl.
I hope so.
All of the people involved in the film deserve it.
Agreed.
Fucking everybody in Hollywood came out in support of them. Kevin Feige and James Gunn and Edgar Wright and like all these people messaged them personally to say they were so sorry about hearing about. And that's a lot of fucking heavy A-listers right there, guys.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, do what's right, Zaslav. Let that film be seen, man.
Exactly. Well, guys, enjoy your weekend and have fun. Stay safe. All the good things. I'm gonna get off here and go pee. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you the beginning of September.
Yes.